Okay, class, talking about exponential growth and decay. Example 1 says that we have estimates of the amounts in billions of dollars of U.S. online advertising spending from 2011 through 2015 are shown in the table. Now remember we talked about in class that the estimates of the amounts in billions of dollars of this advertising, this is real world data. They're saying estimates because it's not right down to the dollar. They rounded it off to the nearest 100 million here. But it's real world data. It's not going to be perfect. If we tried to graph this, it's not going to give us a perfect exponential equation or whatever type of equation it may end up being. Alright, so they took it and they created a scatter plot of the data shown below there. An exponential growth model that approximates the data is given by this equation here, where S is the amount of spending in billions of dollars and T equals 11 represents the year 2011. So it tells us to compare the values given by the model with the estimates shown in the table. According to this model, when will the amount of the U.S. online and the amount of U.S. online advertising spending reach $80 billion? All right, so let's put this model into our calculator and let's look at the table. And I'm going to compare it with the table previous slide. So I'm going to go back up to those slides so I can look at that table. Alright, so here let's continue our table. So I'm just going to draw in. I'm going to extend it. So I'm going to put another box here. And let's see, draw my lines. They're not the straightest, but well, we all know how I draw. Alright, so we're looking at the model, which I hope you remember what a model is. A model, remember, is an equation. So advertised spending. Alright, so we put this in our calculator and we go to our table and we look. When X is 11, we see that our Y is 32.2. When X is 12, it's 36.0. And let's complete our table. Okay, so now that our table is completed, how do these values of the model compare with the estimates that were shown in the table? If you notice, their values are really, really close. So we would put that. So the values of the model with the values of the models compared with the estimates shown in the table are close in value. So let's write that out. Okay, so we got our sentence written out for that. And it said, according to this model, when will the amount of U.S. online advertising spending reach $80 billion? So from here, I'm just going to use this slide since we're already here. We see that it says reach $80 billion. Is that my X or my Y? Well, the money was in my Y. So we're going to use our calculator and go find when is Y equal to or greater than 80 billion, which should just be 80 because it's in billions of dollars. So just go down through your calculator, check out your Y values, and hopefully at 19 you'll see that it is less than 80 billion, but 20 is more. So what that's telling us is during 2019, U.S. online advertising spending will reach $80 billion according to this model. So let's write that in our sentence. Okay, so there's our sentence, and we have completed example 1.